Oh, what was that? Welcome in. It is Saturday, June 20th, 2026. The day before Father's Day. So there's that. But hell, welcome in to the universe that we all created. In fact, we're looking to expand this universe called the gypverse. CEOs over here, we own that shit. Just a bunch of nobodies. I don't matter. You don't matter. We decided not to matter together. Thus, the nobodies were born, and we've always been here, and we're here to stay no matter what. We just love it. We love it. Everybody loves it. That's right. We're going to have a great Saturday evening. Why not, right? I could feel it in my bones. Do you feel it? Of course you do. Of course you do. All right. So let's get to it. Hey. You better recognize we do work hard here. Actually, I hardly work. Not right now. But hey, we do work hard. Hard work does pay off. Dreams do come true. Bad times never last, but bad guys and bad girls do. Over here where it's cozy. What's going on, everybody? I see Diana in the house. Welcome to the elite class. We are the elite 1%ers, the free thinkers, the ones that they have to have around to be relevant. We make them relevant. In fact, I see everybody getting used to their froggy emojis. People are yelling at me, "Hey, Morbid, where's the fucking frog emoji?" Well, you got it, all right? It was a simple Google search, frog emoji PNG, and bam, there it is right there. Right there. I had to make it a little bit brighter and bigger, so it's more viewable. But hey, I see it from here, plain view, 3 monitors, and it's annoying the shit out of me actually. But I see everybody real, Rachel 2.0, Rachel Laughlin, a lot of Rachels tonight. Benny 32615. Might be an area code or something. Let's write that down. Glitter and Chaos, Jade 420. Crystal, of course, the OG. Super OG, it's Munchie. It's Munchies. Let's see here. DW. Dear What the Heck, the official. Where is the receipt for the GoFundMe case? He'll never show those receipts. He'll never show the receipts to his fake attorney. The attorney he never needed, really, because it never went to trial or to court. So why would you need attorney fees if it was dropped? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Anani's in the house. Belinda is me. V-Nail, Luna, and Brit92, Petty Ghost. Everybody's coming in. Tammy, I see you. Diana, how you doing there? Are you doing good? I hope you're doing well. All right, the music is off. What's going on? The official Big Mouth Frog is back. That is right. I have my hot tea. What are you guys drinking tonight? Chamomile hot tea. They love GoFundMe over there. Amy Bones Jones says it. Yeah, they truly do love not hot tea. They love that. They love the Go Fraud Me, the Go Scam Me, don't they? They're really good at it. In fact, that's the title of this live stream. The title of this live stream, I forgot what it was. The Go Fraud Me scams just get worse, don't they? Audrey asking for $200,000. Do you not have any shame at all? Who the hell asks strangers for $200,000? We're going to get into it because it's getting more ridiculous and stupid. And of course, the low IQ ones will fall for it over and over. But hey, you know who's not going to be calling her out or actually supporting her? Becca Scoops. Becca Scoops is not going to support you, Audrey, on your dumb little scam grift of $200,000. Oh, it's horrendous. Debbie Blair in the house. I see all these people in here. Mary Jane Doe. A lot of good people bluffing with my muffin. Excellent. Hey guys, let me because it is the grift train and we grift off of the tragedy grifters. They never understand that concept though. They always go, well, Morbid's grifting. Yeah, I'm grifting off you dummies. That's what we do here. Anani's in the house. Member for 21 months. Heck yeah. Thank you for bringing back our frog. You're welcome. Thank you for being a member for 21 months. That's a long time. Very long time. Diana, B3T3S, Bettis. Diana Bettis, of course, sent one Sir Morbidex gift membership, channel membership. So congratulations to whoever received that. It's Marie Bitch, $10 super chat. Happy Shithead Saturday for the grift. Yes, it is Happy Case Studies Saturday because he's a shithead. And what a wimp he is. Oh, he found out real quick who the real man is, right? All three of those idiots over there. You know, two men and no dicks panel or whatever. The stupidest podcast name. It's not even a podcast. It's a StreamYard cast. Grandmas and grandpas all across YouTube are able to have a StreamYard live cast. That's how easy it is. Try graduating to the OBS system. I bet you those morons can't even spell OBS at this point. The Real Rachel 2.0. Happy birthday to Dreamer and Sheena. Yes, I wanted to say that. Member for 7 months, Real Rachel 2.0. I appreciate that. You beat me to the punch, though. I hate this. Aitahas. Welcome to channel membership. I thought I saw Diana gifting a membership as well. You know, thank you, Diana. You don't need to do that. Absolutely not. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're doing okay. Are you still in the chat? I don't know if there's any updates on your health and all that. I know you're scheduled to go to the hospital again, and hopefully you have one near you. I guess you were trying to get taken care of closer in proximity to where you live. I see little Frodo Underhill in here, Tammy 8670. Who do you want to talk about, guys? Who do you want to talk about? Do you have a choice? I think our thumbnail pretty much says it all. Bubbles in the house. All right, Diana's going this week. We want to wish her well. We're going to see her next week with another update from Diana herself, because we like seeing her in the chat, the people's chat, the greatest of all time, aren't we? We are goats when it comes to live streaming, live showing, and live chatting. It's undeniable. All right, let's get started here. Someone says, Voz3Y8H says, sore, Morbid. I am sore, though. You know, getting old, you get sore. So, sore, Morbid, when are you going to switch sides again? I will never go to your side, the side of truly low IQ, animals, sheep. I can't deal with that fakeness. I can't be fake again. I can never be on your side. Too much hypocrisy, way too many lies. And you know, the irony is y'all didn't even have to lie about anything. If you kept it simple, stupids, like I told you guys to, if you kept the criminal case, the crime, simple, okay, and took it as it is, you wouldn't be all messed up and look like complete locals on the internet that are acting like these, I don't know, animals with rabies, foaming at the mouth, grinding teeth, just looking like fools, creeps, obsessed for 3 years. You could have had this done in less than 3 months. The Justice for Dee Dee movement. Y'all done fucked up with that. There is no more truth. You guys made it too sloppy. Way too sloppy. If you kept it simple, the message would have been simple and very direct for everybody to consume easily. But you know what? You guys are just quite a bunch of morons over there. So yeah, I wouldn't be switching back to that side ever again. No, thank you. Dealt with them. It was like dealing with The Walking Dead on a panel. It really was. I mean, there's really no thought process going on. It was the same thing over and over. Same regurgitated shit. Same boring jokes. So on and so forth. Hey, we do have some more grifting involved here. OG Dots, what's up? Take my money, grift train. Hell yeah, $10. It goes right in our caboose. in our back pocket. $20 from Crystal for the grift. We always need the grift. Gas is actually coming down, guys. Gas prices. I don't know if you've seen gas prices. Supposedly they're supposed to come down, right? Because of the fact of the Iran, I guess, negotiations or something. Do you guys see that it went down? It's supposed to, the national average is about $4. It's supposedly. Hell, in California, I seen it up to $8 plus. Are you kidding me? $8, dude. $4. We would love to have $4. We're not going to have that. I think we're in the range of $6 over here in Southern California. But anyhow, they are coming down. All right, that's good. You know, a lot of other places in freaking America, it's, you know, it could go as low as $3. Who knows? Yeah, there you go. There's New Hampshire. What other states are $3 or even $2? Who has it? $4 in Ohio? Very cool. I think ours is about $6 and something. Ours is always almost double the average. Almost. Anyhow, hey, let's go to the scoreboard over here. What's up, Drew? What is up, Andrew? Good to see you guys. I see a lot of people in here. $3. So hovering around that $4 mark, huh? Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. It was probably in the high 4s or 5s, right? For a moment there. Anyhow, let's go to the scoreboard over here. Let me get that set up. How are you guys doing? Hopefully, well, you know what? We got to say happy birthday. Dreamer's birthday was yesterday, and she doesn't want to make a big deal out of it. Of course, that's a picture. That's a picture of Little Bones. Little Bones. Beautiful cat, right? Beautiful kitten there. Kimberly, thank you so much. Donated $1 super chat. I appreciate that. Kimberly, thank you. But there's Little Bones right there. And of course, Bones has his little tag on. Very, very cool. Now that cupcake looks fucking delicious. I want to eat that shit, man. It's making me hungry. Damn, I want to eat that. I hope Dreamer enjoyed her birthday. I just noticed this because I use AI, clearly. If you couldn't figure it out, it's really hard to keep hats like that on kittens. So it's an AI. Happy birthday, Daydreamer. What the hell? What was I thinking? Why did it say Daydreamer? Oh my God. Oh, well, I was half awake. Like I usually am. So yeah, Daydreamer. Sorry about that. But hey, man, I hope Dreamer had a great birthday. Let's go to a different birthday here. And of course, we had to do the classic. Ken Euchre holding his baby, Sheena. Big Sheen over here, right? Hey, LCAT, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Happy Father's Day, you say, tomorrow, SMX. Hey, appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. There it is, right? That is a classic. I had to do this. I had to do this. But there he is. There is Ken right there. And Sheena, I hope you had a great birthday. It is her birthday today, I believe. I believe so. I don't know. Maybe she's out with Ken. They're having a date or whatnot. Who knows? But there it is. Moving along here. Who threw this in here? You guys are so bad. But you know what? I don't want to waste your time. Since it's up, might as well go over it. So on the left side, if you ever watch Poltergeist 2, there's an actor. I believe he passed away, and rest in peace. I don't know when he passed, but great actor. Julian Beck, Reverend Henry Kane in Poltergeist 2. And of course, remember Nicole? She used to be on our panel. Well, she's the body double. You know how she's a movie extra? She's a professional movie extra. I didn't know that could be a profession, but apparently it is. But there it is. And, here's a tidbit, a little side note that's pretty interesting. She didn't need any makeup. She didn't need any makeup for this part. sometimes they swap the two out, you know, and just said, just go, Nicole. I mean, you look like Julian right now. All right. Julian actually needed some makeup. Nicole did not. It's okay. You know, I don't know why it's on the screen. All right, let's move forward, guys. Come on. Wow. Woo. Oh boy. This dude is gaining some weight, huh? He likes the gypsy money a little too much. Wow. You know, his weight really doesn't matter. I'm looking at his shitty merch in the back. Who the hell is going to buy that shit? We've talked about this multiple times. What female, what male is going to buy the shit that's behind him? I've seen the same inventory for about a year now. So clearly his merch is not moving. He's going to have to switch it up, okay? Maybe switch up the spray paints or anything like that. Oh, but here he is right there. You know what? Guys, check this out. I'm going to do a little magic right now. Okay, look at his headband, okay? Watch this. Isn't it better now? Don't you guys like that? He's got the Hanes underwear. Oh, that's appropriate right there. And I believe that's a size 62 waist. Wow, he did a little bit of you know what Gypsy did to the blanket? He cut the Hanes band and the rest of the underwear, and it's very, very, very cool. Let's just say swag. Look, he had this Christian Dior, and he just turned it into Hanes. So there that is. Let's move on here. Everybody, who likes Taylor Swift in here? Toy Story 5's coming out. You guys like Taylor Swift? Any Swifties in here, fans? You got a Swiftie in here or what? Ow, hot Swiftie. No, some booze. Okay. Relax. It's not a trick question here. There's a lot of hell no's. Fuck. A lot of people hate Taylor Swift. Hey, maybe you might hate Taylor Swift, okay? But guys, I want to introduce Terra Swift. Let's give it up for Terra Swift. Come on. Because apparently, we heard her music. I mean, she's the next Swiftie. So we have Terra Swift. Do you guys want to hear a soundtrack? I think you guys should. Hold on one second. You guys want to hear something? We got to hear it again, man. I mean, she did thank us for showing her or allowing you guys to hear her music, her AI. I mean, not her AI music. I'm so sorry. It is not AI. It's completely legit. All right. Let's see here. How do we move this thing? How do we move it over here? Oh, here we go, guys. You ready? Okay, that's a little too loud.
I'm sorry I was hurting.
Oh, here we go.
I was drowning in the dark.
Oh, yeah.
Never meant to break your heart. Never meant to leave a mark. If love could have saved me, I'd still be there with you. I know.
This will be available soon as a single.
I never meant to go.
Come on, clap.
Oh. I'm stuck at 20 son. Picture framed in a smile. Forever young in the world. They kept moving miles. They lit candles, posting memories. Wrote my name in the sky. It's too late now, but I give anything to go back to that night.
Just
I
like
was
you
tired
just
of the
don't
wait.
care,
Just wanted to
Swifties.
quiet the voices in my head. Every thought like a war zone with every wound that bled. It wasn't about the high. It was silence I chased. Just a second of peace from the pain I faced. You think I couldn't hear you crying behind those walls? Didn't notice how your voice would shake when...
You know, you would think the man is the actual artist here, right? But he's not, because he's actually an AI.
You'd answer my calls, I saw it all. I just couldn't outrun the monster in my veins with a loaded gun. I know it looked like choice, like I picked it over you.
Autumn,
like I
where you
traded
at?
love
Where'd
for
you go?
something temporary and untrue. But
ran away from the microphone.
It was buried in deep. By the time I tried to let go, I was in too steep. I never meant to leave you with questions that burn.
Oh,
Never
there
meant
she
to
is.
be ashes
She's
in
back.
a urn. If love alone could have pulled me through, I'd still be there on the couch talking shit with you.
Tell my mom sorry.
Wow.
Tell my friends
Tell my mom I'm sorry.
Tell them I was fine.
She said, tell my mom I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, Raina. We're so sorry, Raina. There we go. We told your mom.
I just lost that night. Yeah, tell my mom I'm sorry. Tell my friends to try. Tell them I was fighting. I just lost that night. I'm sorry I was hurting.
There we go, guys. Let's give it up for Terra Swift, guys.
Never meant to break your heart. Never meant to leave a mark.
Oh, she's not done. I'm sorry.
If love could have saved me, I'd still be there with you. I know addiction took the wheel from me.
Hey, what if it was like a strip club? Remember, I guess you guys wouldn't know because you're females. Whenever there's strip clubs, the DJs, like, you know.
That night,
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Terra Swift, ladies. I mean, men.
tell them I was
Got
fighting.
a 2 for $20 special lap dancer. Coming to the stage. It's
I was drowning in the dark.
Terra.
Never meant to break your heart. Never meant to leave a mark. If love could have saved me, I'd still be there with you. I know addiction took the wheel from me.
All right, enough. I gotta go home.
All right, there we go. Terra Swift. Make sure you guys go check her out. Her new single drops very soon. It drops in the toilet. Oh Lord, look at that. Terra Swift. You know what? They look similar. They look the same. Look at this. Superstars. Look. 1, 2. It's like an eye test, right? When you go for your prescription glasses. Is 1 clear or is 2 clear? Which one's more clear? 1, 2. 1 or 2? 1. You want it again? Don't you love when they say it again? You want it again? You're like, yeah, damn it. Slow down. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1 or 2. That one's blurry, motherfucker. Holy shit. I'm sorry about that. Oh, Lord. What do we have here? No, it's not Wine Box Poppy. Even though they're the same size. All right, here it is. When your internet drama needs the police and everyone else's time. Treating personal online drama like a public emergency. Wasting time, wasting resources, perpetual victim mode. This is exactly who Audacious Audrey the Gross is. Yeah. Wasting police time, law enforcement's time over internet shit. Can you believe it? You know how many times people have dropped my address in a live chat? I don't go off and call the police or file a report on the internet just because you can, because you're entitled, right? This person is so entitled. Again, wasting taxpayer money on the most stupidest shit. And these people are trying to get justice for a true crime case? I don't think so. They rather waste law enforcement's time on this horseshit internet stuff. Just like Case Studies does, pretends that people are stalking him. These scammers right now, these anti-gypsy creator scammers are taking advantage of everything. They're taking advantage of their sheep. They're taking advantage of police, law enforcement. Can you believe this person is from Michigan, right? The state of Michigan. You know how much crime is in Detroit itself and in those surrounding areas, but you want to waste their time because your address was in your live on TikTok. It was in your live chat, you moron. You know you can add words to ban. But even if it got through, who cares? No one's going to your dumbass house. You dumbass. Go ahead and report. I don't care, Nicholas. I hope you're successful, to be honest with you. It'll make it a short night. But the point is, this person is so entitled that they think that law enforcement was created for them. Yet these same people, I guarantee you, I guarantee you, they don't even support law enforcement. They actually come up with ridiculous theories, conspiracy theories, rumors, because that's all they do. They just lie and lie on the internet. They sit up on their little videos, lie, do their dumb little TikToks, and lie, and they get caught. And they get presented with legitimate receipts of why they lied, and they still don't take accountability. They just move on to the next lie or the next rumor they got wrong. But this person right here actually picks up the phone and also goes on the internet to file basically a horseshit police report, a dumb police report. She hasn't done it once. She's done it multiple times. There are certain people like this actually on the internet, and they waste time. They waste time. They waste resources, public resources in their local communities because they're perpetual victims. Because online, they're always attacked, right? They like to attack everybody else, right? Their entire content is based on attacking one individual or crime, right? Aren't they? But when it happens to them or something happens, they make it such a big deal. But in fact, they look like complete morons and idiots. There is no law enforcement out there or police, once they get your shit report, that's going to tell you, oh yeah, we're going to really look into this and we're going to prosecute max, when all of this crime on our streets are happening, legit crime, real crime, that even go unnoticed because there isn't enough manpower for law enforcement to handle it. You know how many missing cases there are out there? That you're taking away valuable resources to cover because of your internet drama, your perpetual victimhood online. Because this person right here on your screen, take a look, is not only an e-beggar and scammer, fraud. Oh, she likes to waste police's time. She likes to waste the time of law enforcement when they should be handling other cases. Should think about that. But she won't. And now she's asking for $200,000. $200,000. Because she says rent in Florida for someone who collects Social Security like her mommy, right, can't afford an apartment. So we should just give her $200,000. Or not us. Her sheep, as Becca Scoops called them. Again, Becca Scoops was right on many accounts, calling Audrey gross. Number one, it makes sense. Nick Chaos, you think anybody cares that you're using the name James? You think that's bothering me? Everybody knows my name. Say it louder. Dumbass. But here's the thing. Audrey doesn't like it when we use her real name. You know what? Because of you, Nick Chaos, thank you. I wanted to bring up her real life because since you're here bringing up my real name, right? Only what's fair is fair, right? Like I've always said. Let's talk about her son. Should we do that, Nick Chaos? Or is that you, Audrey? Should we talk about that? Because that's interesting. Misery Box too. I have a plaque, a YouTube silver plaque called Misery Box. Very proud of that one. 4 of them, 4 plaques. Something Winebox Poppy will never get. He'll never reach 100,000 subscribers. Never again. Oh, he was almost there too. Poor baby. That's so. Haynes band wearing son of a bitch. Yeah. I guess he has to do shitty open mic night again. And look at him. He can't even do Gypsy Rose content moving forward because he's so scared. He's so scared. I love it. I love it, man. I love scaring these little pussies. I love scaring these little cocks. Simps. So easy. It's too easy, in fact. But let's get back to Fatso over here on the screen. Fatso over here asking for 200 G's. You know, this person has actually done this before. They've scammed another community, just like Case Studies scammed the Aaron Carter community. You know, Case Studies, he pretended to have lung cancer. Yeah, and he asked for money. He did a GoFundMe back then, and people, you know, fell for it. They felt sorry that he had lung cancer, right? They felt so sorry for Scotty too, Froggy. Case Studies faking he had lung cancer. In fact, you know what? He faked that he unalived himself with his Truthy Magoo character. Remember that, guys? Everybody remembers that. We've caught him in so many lies. You know, scammers. These guys are scammers. The anti-gypverse is full of scammers. We talked about Becca Scoops. All right. But we took care of Becca. Becca has been behaving, so she's good for now. The moment she supports any of these people, oh, it's on, baby. But she won't. Becca Scoops will never support this individual on the screen because this person, according to her, is gross, guys. Gross. She will never support that. But let's keep talking. Who do we talk about? It's Audrey, of course. Audrey, how you doing? I know you're in Florida now, right? You're going to go ahead and take pictures of this huge fire behind you, right? Of a house and stuff like that. Mom living in a shed now. Oh, we feel so bad. Apparently, they're in a hotel. Dude, I mean, hotels are cheap. Let's just say. They could afford a hotel. They can afford, but they can't afford monthly rent in Florida. Are you kidding me? Florida. But they need 200 G's. 200 G's. You know how much? You know, Audrey said she had $20,000. She said this on a live stream. I believe it was Kesha's live stream or Keisha's live stream. TikTok. Yeah, that shitty person that, you know, gets out of bed and turns her TikTok live right away. Yeah, that Keisha, without even brushing her teeth, let's be honest. All that guck in her mouth. And that's why she slurs a lot. Initially, I thought she was drunk all the time. Now, it's a combination of being drunk and also with that guck, the fucking tartar in her mouth, you know. So you're hearing a combination of both things. Thank you. You know, it's wild. It's wild. But anyhow, so Audrey was on her panel and she was saying, hey, guys, I can't do this on my own. So I was reaching out to the gypsy hate community. I mean, the community that I built is what she says. She says, I have $20,000 that I'm going to be giving to my mom. And that's our whole life savings. She's got $20,000. So she has $20,000 because her husband and her make a good living. She says, we make a good living and I don't need to be monetized on TikTok while she's receiving TikTok gifts. That makes a lot of sense. She never makes sense. This person never makes sense. So she has $20,000, right, to give to her mom. So why do you need anybody else's money? Just give her the 20 grand. And you know how long that's going to last her in Florida to get monthly rent and to add that she's getting Social Security and to add that her boyfriend, okay, by the way, it's his house. It's not even his mom's house, her mom's house. Okay. He's getting some SSI thing because he's disabled or some shit. I don't know. They're both getting SSI. So that's enough money, actually. Don't lie. Okay. Don't lie. Audrey, your mom and her boyfriend make enough money to get a house, okay? Rent a room. God damn it. Rent something. You can do it. They can do it. And with your 20 G's that you're going to give your mom, I think that's plenty of money. What? Does it cost that much per month in Florida? I don't think so. Anybody from Florida over here in the chat? How much money do you guys pay? What's the average rent in Florida? And let's say the most expensive place, or, you know, a mid-level, middle income area. How much is rent for a 1-bedroom? Let me know in chat. Let's see if this place. How much is rent? Less than $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom, maybe? How much? I pay $3,000 in Southern California for basically a 1-bedroom, but I have a 2. How much is it? Is it $3,000 a month for a 1-bedroom? How about a studio? You're not homeless if you live in a studio. It's me, Tiffany says $1,000 to $1,800. Well, if you look at SSI, Social Security, you're getting about $1,300 a month. Maybe even more, $1,400. Some are $1,600. So if her mom's making, let's say, you know, $1,200, $1,300, and her mom's boyfriend's going to make about the same, that's a total income of about $2,400, $2,500, $600. So let's just meet at the middle, $2,500. If rent is, let's just say it's $1,800, okay? $2,500 minus $1,800, you're still left with a good amount of money. What is it? $2,500 minus $1,800, and it won't even be $1,800. You know what? Meet me in the middle from $1,000 to $1,800. Let's say it's about $1,500 per month for a studio or a 1-bedroom, okay? In Florida, in a pretty nice place, suburbs, whatever. $1,500. Take $2,500, combine SSI from mommy and her boyfriend, okay? Minus $1,500. That's $1,000 to play with, okay? My parents actually live off of, you know, after they pay rent, they don't have much money to spend on food and things like that, but they're very frugal in that sense. And in fact, they make it so their budget for food per month, because they don't go out to eat, is about, I don't know, $400 or so. So them having $1,000 is more than enough. In fact, hey, they're already paying for rent. So her saying that, well, they can't pay for rent. You know how much rent is? It is so expensive. Shut the you scammer fraud. So just because they can't afford rent, but they can, because I just broke it down for you, and I've been very conservative. You're asking people for $200,000, you know, strangers on the internet. Why? And how? How are you asking for this money? Well, because of the bond that you have hating one person on the internet. Gypsy Rose. Otherwise, no one would know you, you fool. You fool who wastes law enforcement time. You know what? Clip this up and send it to them, you know, because you probably will, because you're the type of person already, I know, that would waste law enforcement's time. I hope there's a crime against you for filing that. Honestly, there needs to be a crime against people who waste police officers' time, law enforcement's time. It's insane. They have to deal with real life stuff. Actual stuff that's going on the streets. Have you seen the streets of New York celebrating their basketball team? Yeah, they have to deal with a lot of shitheads in real life. And you're taking away valuable time, Audrey, for what? Because somebody type your stupid address in a fucking live stream that was yours, your dumb live stream. Give me a break, you piece of garbage. It's absurd. It's absurd. And then on top of that, asking, grifting, scamming people for thousands and thousands of money. She's already made $5,000. And they go, what's wrong with getting money? There's nothing wrong with it, but it's the way you get it, okay? It's the way you get it, and you're a scammer. You're a grifter. You're the definition of a grifter. And Audrey has done this in multiple communities now. In fact, you know, this is funny. Here's Karma Collector. He was in my comment section. I still don't like this motherfucker. I said something about Audrey in this comment, you know, the little meme that I put up there, basically saying what I just said. Stop wasting law enforcement's time on this bullshit. This is dumb. Honestly, you're weaponizing taxpayer money for your entitlement. Because like I said before in my last live stream, Audrey is entitled. Who else would ask for that much money from anybody? Because her mom's boyfriend got a little boo-boo on his little trailer? Get the fuck out of here. Like, it would make sense. It would make sense if she asked for, I don't know, first month's rent, maybe 2 months worth of rent. So that's $1,500 plus, let's just say $1,500 plus or times 2. That's $3,000. Say, hey, I need $3,000 for first month rent. So they have a roof over the head for the first month at least. And, you know, just like supplies that they need, you know, so they're not homeless. But since you already have $20,000 sitting in your bank account, like you said, Audrey, you gross, why do you need anybody's help if you already have $20,000 you're giving them? Why does everybody else have to flip the bill for a new home? That doesn't make any sense at all. You never make sense. In fact, now I realize, being not on that anti-gypsy side anymore, I realize how much of these people, how big of scammers these people are. Like a Becca Scoops, like a Case Studies, like, you know, fucking Audrey over here, and the rest of them. The rest of them are the same, exact same, just different levels of tragedy grifting and grifting on the internet in the most dishonest way and vile way, just like you, Audrey, because of the fact that you're wasting the police's time on your stupid ass horseshit. Fucking wake up, grow up, okay? Because she says some nasty things. She goes, something about her meat curtains or something. She says something like that. I'm going to put my stanky meat curtains. The fuck? She says that. The fuck? Put my stanky meat curtains on your ass or something. It's just fucking weird, dude. Shit she says is just fucking gross. No wonder Becca called her gross. It makes sense. Anyhow, Karma Collector's all up in the comment section of mine on that post of Audrey. And he says, nicely said, Morbid. Don't give a fuck, Karma. Well said, bravo, in fact. Don't give two shits. She is absolutely disgusting. Now that I agree with. Karma. That one I like. I like you. And Despicable 100. I totally agree with you, Karma. She is gross, sick, despicable, all the things that you said. But I still think you're a kook. Anyhow, let's go over here, guys, because Audrey has done this in a lot of places. And she, you know, when she was in a subreddit before, she's permanently banned off of Reddit. Can you believe that? Because of her actions. Yeah, this numbskull up here, this troublemaker, this doxer. She's the doxer, guys. She's the one that hunts people down. In fact, she should file a police report tonight on herself with their local department. Now that wouldn't be a waste of time. That I would cheer. Get rid of the garbage. It's not even Monday. It's not even trash day. And we're talking about this trash over here. But anyhow, she was permanently banned from Reddit. Can you believe it, guys? Of course you can, because she's disgusting. She was in r/M/Alice vids or Malice vids. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's about someone named Alice. I don't know. I didn't do my homework. Just go with me. Let's say Malice vids or M/Alice vids. And it says here, hello, you have been permanently banned from participating in r/M/Alice vids or Malice vids because you broke this community's rules, because she breaks every rule. She breaks every rule to feed her own damn ego all the time. You won't be able to post or comment, but you can still view and subscribe to it. If you have a question regarding your ban, you can contact the moderator team. And of course, she has to get up on her little TikTok And she's got to cry about it. Guys, I got banned from another Reddit again, a subreddit again. She cries, playing victim. I'm the victim. Now she needs another. And she always has that smug face. The voice is even smug. You want to slap the voice right off of her vocal cords. It's just so annoying, you know. Talking like Natasha Cooper. So she gets banned from this subreddit, Malice Vids, or M Alice Vids. Something about one of Alice's, and of course this douchebag over here, Ashley, has to repost it for her bestie, you know, because they're scammers and grifters together. You know, they love the attention. You know, it's funny because maybe one of them's addicted or both. They have addictions, but in fact, they're not cured from their addictions. They just moved one of their addictions to now another addiction. Addicted to Gypsy Rose, hating Gypsy Rose. They've been addicted for how long now? They go live how many times now about it, right? While they're ignoring their little ones, you know. And I'm hearing things. Audrey, did you ignore your little one before to the point that someone was shook so badly that it caused permanent damage, brain damage, and things of that nature? Interesting. I'll have to take a look into that. I'm hearing things, though, from a lot of different sources, actually. And that's really sad and disgusting. But it's interesting because her pattern is to blame everybody else and never take responsibility or accountability for her actions. It's crazy. And it's very sad, this story. Let's move on here. Let's move on, right? You're going to make me cry? You're going to make me cry. Okay. Whatever you say. Let's continue on with this. Now, she always has a problem, and she's got to make it about herself. So she goes to the mod and she harasses these people like, why did I get banned off the subreddit? Because you're acting like a douche. You're a douche, okay? You're acting like one. You are one.
Douche.
So this mod team, or this mod, says, hey, look, dummy, moving forward, this will not be a platform that can be used for creators advertising their social media, because this is what this person does. You, Audrey, all she does is go into these subreddits, right? She goes into these places that are niche because she doesn't have talent to actually talk about something generally because she's boring, okay? And she has that voice that nobody wants to listen to, let's be honest. Okay, the only reason she thrives in the gypverse is because anybody can thrive in the gypverse. All you have to do is hate on Gypsy Rose and make video after video after video about it. And they will support you because it's a built-in audience. And you know, compliments of me. In fact, yeah, they want to talk about OGs. We were OGs over here. We were the originals, in fact. That's why we built that gypverse. We own that shit. So we helped with the built-in audience, didn't we? In fact, our format, our live format, is copied all across every single platform. Whenever they go live, they have a panel, right? Just like we did, go over shit on the screen or anything like that. Make funny, right? Make fun, get back to the funny. We understand this, right? We know where that formula came from. But anyhow, you know, hey, they have to do that. There's really no talent over there or creativity to do it on their own. And nobody could actually do the pivot that I have. The 180, I guess, heel turn and survive. They would have ran away by day 2. Maybe by day 1, they would have rage quit. No one can handle it, but I can. And I'm still here, and I'm going, and I'm a pain in everyone's ass. I know I am. Just bear with me. Trust me on that. I'm used to it though. So here she is, basically, hey, the mod is telling her of the subreddit, look, Audrey, stop complaining, all right? We just don't want shitheads like you promoting their social media. Fair enough. Fair enough, right? We don't believe in monetizing snark, news, or awareness. What does Audrey do? She does the same thing as Becca Scoops. Snark. That's all they do now. They don't have anything anymore. There is no more evidence and all this new bullshit. It's all dumb. And again, they didn't keep it simple. What's up, Purple Rain? Good to see Purple Rain in here. Sometimes I catch people, you know. I see Diana. I'm just peachy. What's going on right there? You guys go subscribe to her. Jescos and Practical Magic. You know, I don't want to ignore anyone. Brit92. I see people in here. Debbie Boyd. I see you. Hacky. What is going on, Hacky? Good. OG Dots. Hell yeah. You doing good, Purple? Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Okay. Right back to Audrey over here. So they're basically telling her to fuck off. You know, this is why you got banned, because you're just trying to self-promote. And I believe A. Roach is her. And I don't know what her response is, and I don't care. She's just complaining. I don't get monetized. Like, well, I understand your policies. I am not monetized on TikTok. She says that all the time. But that's a complete lie, okay? Because she's not taking account that she receives TikTok gifts. She makes money off of TikTok. So stop lying again, Audrey. You know, she even said either today, actually, she probably said this today, and she said this on Keisha's live stream. She said, guys, I'm going to donate. She's so generous to her mom. She's like, I'm going to donate what I earned yesterday and today to my mommy. Everything I received on TikTok, I'm going to donate that to my mommy. I thought you weren't monetized. So which is it? She wants to be technical, like I didn't apply for monetization or I got rejected because I'm too boring. TikTok finds me too boring. But you are monetized in a sense. You're making money off of your live. So stop lying to your audience, douche. Moving along here. But again, having this long discussion, of course, her bestie, you know, addicted Ashley because she's addicted to Gypsy Rose. Okay, guys. Hold on. She's addicted to Gypsy Rose. All right. Stay with me. Don't get your panties in a bunch. So she's up in the subreddit complaining, blah, 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 as she does, right? Is there anything else to this thread? I don't know what this is about, but it's essentially the same thing. She goes into every subreddit that she's a part of. She opens her big mouth, and she does have a big mouth and a big head. And she opens her hands to grift. Always grifting in the niche markets, right? Because she's not interesting enough to cover something or everything. Look, Nina, you got to give it to Nina because she could cover anything and she'll hit most of the time. Or, you know, a lot of times, different topics that she covers. This person on the screen will never be able to do that, nor will a case studies be able to pivot. Not even a Becca Scoops could pivot. None of these people can, because they're just either StreamYard Live streamers, I guess, or people like this person on your screen. Harassing subreddits in different niches and all this stuff, right? That's what they are. Only Opinion says, Sir Morbid, what about Gypsy's multiple GoFundMe accounts? You mean the fake ones? Are you talking about those? Again, misinformation again. You just make shit up. Just making shit up all the time. Did Gypsy ask for $200,000 for her mom's, or maybe her stepmom's, I guess I should say, boyfriend's house, if that was even the case? No. No fucking human being is asking for $200,000. I can't even believe this individual on the screen is asking for that much money. Let's see here. The one she has linked her account. Oh, okay. Well, are you going to donate to it? Don't give a fuck. What does that have to do with anything right now? I'm talking about the gross one right here. You know, and they like to say, well, if you know, one evil doesn't mean that you could do two evils. So if there's two evils, that's a negative and a negative, so it's a plus. You know, they cross each other out, I guess. Shut the fuck up. Anyhow. So let's get into it with the scammer over here. Because I do have some... I have some notes here. I actually have notes for the first time. Because I had to. I had to do it, man. I had to do it. I'm going to explain the situation as best as possible involving Audrey the Gross, okay? And the entire Gypsy Rose Blanchard community and her presence within the two, whether it's Reddit or the community of Gypsy Rose. And why this is really this big issue that we're trying to make it out to be, when it's really, it seems like from people that have reached out to me via email that it was a simple disagreement on the internet. And most people are going to probably take this as, you know, drama, because maybe it is. But honestly, it's because Audrey couldn't handle criticism or in a disagreement. And she refused, actually. In fact, she steals the shit that she makes on TikTok. Everything that pretty much she's covered, she stole right off of Reddit. And people will accuse me, well, all you do is read Reddit comments. No shit, but I let everybody know. In fact, when I started this channel, in my About Us section, I said, I basically read top comments from stupid ass Reddit. And then I had it in my little description thing. Okay. But Audrey pretends like it's her own stuff that she's putting out there. So people think, wow, this person really knows what they're talking about. But actually, she doesn't want to credit sources correctly, especially when it's factual based and someone put in effort to do timelines or outlines of certain things to explain certain situations. You know, again, I don't care about that horse shit of breaking down the case that extensively or medical records or anything like that. But certain people did over on Reddit, and they did it well to the fact that people like a Becca Scoops, people like an Audrey the Gross, Audacious Audrey, noticed. Everybody notices, especially the wannabe creators, and then they'll steal and take it as their own. And they refuse to credit these sources, which led to, of course, her eventual permanent ban off of Reddit. And they should go and harass these people. Harass the people that provided her with the sources and the material and content that she's spewing out as her own in her TikTok videos and her live streams. She took a lot of notes because, you know, Audrey, she loves taking notes, right? She always says, oh, I love taking notes. I love fucking taking notes. And, you know, she goes as far. And when the whole doxing situation, you know, she hunts for people's doxes. In fact, the people that were calling her out on Reddit just to say, hey, all you had to do was credit us. All you just had to say, hey, I got this from Reddit. Here are some of the people that I got it from or whatnot. Just acknowledge that fact, but she didn't want to credit the sources, right? And she started to look into these people and wanted to get their personal information, essentially their dox information. This is Audrey. And they complain, right? These people, anti-gypsy people, the creators especially, they always scream victim. I'm such a victim. Wait, give a fuck, you know. I never said Case made me a victim of anything. I've never cried Audrey made me a victim or Becca. I don't give two shits. I said, if you're going to give me energy, I'm going to give it right back to you, and I'm going to give it to you 100,000-fold. And you better like it. And if you don't, well, too bad. You started the game. I'm going to finish it. That's always been me. So she's looking and hunting down people's personal information. Who's this? Who's that? Who's this person that's saying I should have credited them when I made this video and I pretended that it was an original Audacious Audrey research or whatever. But she got all that research information from the subreddit. So again, it was it was as simple as Audrey acknowledging these sources and crediting them, but she refused to do it because of her ego. Because she started hearing people go, wow, Audrey knows so much, guys. Audrey's the go-to source next to Becca Scoops and all this other, Into the Weeds or whoever you guys loved at the time, right? So she said, fuck that. I'm just going to take it because she's entitled. She's so entitled, this Audrey, that she, again, like I mentioned early on in this live stream, that Audrey, well, she likes to call police and waste their time on stupid internet drama. You think the police are going to waste their time and valuable resources to help her hunt down the person that typed her address in a live chat of hers? Do you know how many police officers you would need if that, you don't think that happened? There's a lot of shit that happens on the internet. The police aren't going to waste their time. Are they going to put everything down for Audacious Audrey to hunt down whoever typed the address in her live chat? See, these people they're incapable of using common sense or logic. They just go. They really do just go. It's because of their egos and their narcissistic ways, and their entitlement. That's the thing. They feel entitled. So I think about 6 months ago, someone over on the subreddit called out Audrey and basically told them, hey, it kind of sucks, Audrey, that you can't really credit us. We're the ones that kind of put this out there. I'm kind of speaking for this person. All right. Going to stay anonymous, but hey, it kind of sucks, Audrey. What's up with that? Basically calling her out. And this was essentially the beginning of it. And suddenly she becomes hostile. What do liars and scammers do? They become hostile, defensive. We've seen this in Autumn, Terra, right? Every time you give her a little bit of pushback, right? Give her a little bit of pushback. All of a sudden, Audrey or Terra, whatever, she gets all defensive. She starts yelling. That's what Audrey does too. That's what Becca Scoops does in a sense, right? She did that to try to cover up the Annie Scoop situation. She tried to cover up the Sugar Woo situation with Becca Scoops. Case Studies does it all the time. The guy can't, control his hormones, estrogen. He has a lot of estrogen. He's always PMSing this guy. I swear to God. But yeah, they get defensive and they get hostile. So Audrey gets hostile with this subreddit user who provided good information and did a lot of research on their own to provide that. And Audrey just steals that shit. Becca Scoops did the same thing, by the way, on Facebook, though. So I'm just trying to give you guys a background on it, trying to follow some of the outlines that I wrote down here. So essentially, a lot of the stuff that was involved, from my understanding, is like some of the FOIA documents, the timelines, the emails that were included in some of those FOIA documents, and a lot of the content creators within the anti-gypsy community. A lot of those creators were using those, I guess, that research that these subreddit users provided for all of them. And they weren't hiding this information. They put it out there on these Gypsy Rose subreddits, the evidence-based stuff, and creators just started picking it apart. And a lot of them don't credit, right? They just take it as their own, like they did the research. In fact, they'll steal word for word of explanations and things of that nature. But these people on the subreddit, these subreddit users, they're very familiar with Reddit. A lot of them are heavy Reddit users possibly. And they've gathered this information, researched it, in fact, took time to organize it, and explain some of the intricacies of it and stuff. The fuck, yeah, the fuck. Hey, I got a sound effect actually. Ready? The fuck? Oh, it's so cringe when she says that. She should change her name to the fuck. So there she is, Audrey, stealing for clout, for money, TikTok gifts, for her own ego, and never wanting to credit them. In fact, takes it as her own. Their research became Audrey's research and all that. And this is stuff that these people over there on that subreddit, those users, they went through hours and hours going through these FOIA materials, right? To make it easier for the viewers to consume, or just the readers, because they're over on Reddit, to consume. A lot of the case-related documents they went over, sift through. Do you want to go through that shit? I certainly don't. That's a lot of work to do, right? Because they have this passion for whatever they were trying to put out there in regards to, you know, evidence and truth. But of course, these shitheads like Audrey would take that as their own and refuse to, in a hostile way, credit them. So, let me see here. I just want to get through some of these points here. I may have to do a to be continued because I wanted to play some clips too. So this whole issue could have been avoided if she just fessed up and said, look, you guys did a lot of work and I just want to give you credit. So, you know what? I'm going to make sure I let my viewers know that, you know, just stealing someone's hard work, research, all of that, sifting through boring shit like the FOIA documents just to provide something. And then people like Audrey, these creators, like to take it as they did it themselves. They took the time because she loves to spin it that way, you know. And you would be nothing without them, Audrey. That's the truth. None of these creators would be anything without information that comes from other places that most viewers don't like to go to. Not a lot of viewers are on Reddit, but there are still a lot. A portion of it, a good portion, I guess. This is where they get their sources, right? You know, working with the actual real documents and things of that nature. And it's basic sourcing, honestly. You go to Reddit to reference it. Every single time you hear a stupid little TikTok creator or a YouTube creator over here, all they do is referencing that main source over there. So Audrey the Gross would steal it on her own. And you know what? That was her choice because she wanted to make it that way. That's the type of person she is. Anytime she could do something like that, she will go ahead and do. And that's why Becca Scoops called her gross. And it makes sense. I know it sounds like a joke, but it's not. Becca Scoops knew the type of person Audrey was. And a lot of her behavior, if you kind of like look at it, is pretty damn gross. Asking for $200,000 is pretty damn gross. She's acting like she has cancer or something like that. It's unbelievable. I mean, good Lord. It's not really a problem. You can solve her mom's boyfriend's problem very quickly. Very quickly. It's not that hard. She's not going to go homeless, okay? The fact that she's living in a shed, and I'll say this out loud, the fact she's living in a shed, hey, they should be happy that that's happening. They really should. I mean, hell, some people live on the street, actually. Homeless people fucking go down to LA or Hollywood. You'll see a lot of people living on the street and have been for years. Okay, that's a bad situation already over there. But that's not your situation with your mom. But you want $200,000? Yeah, go fuck yourself, man. You got to feel embarrassed. Anyhow, this was evidence-based. The subreddit was an evidence-based sort of research and sourcing area for people to easily access in regards to Gypsy Rose content or the case. So these people, the users, they just expected that most creators would come and reference or cite their stuff. Usually that's the standard protocol, right? In these cases, I think a lot of people on Reddit, they understand that, hey, you know, even though they put stuff out there, whether it's a story or something that they were written or researched or provided, and did some work for themselves and published it over on Reddit, they understand that other people are going to farm that information. Content creators are going to farm that information, okay? And they're going to do it for free. We know how the thing works, okay? And that's all creators. They farm Reddit all the time for content. Audrey, who again has been permanently banned from Reddit because she keeps coming back, harassing these people, saying, I know where you live, essentially. I'm going to find out who you are. Things of that nature. Clearly not citing her sources ethically, because ethics and Audrey don't go together. They just don't. Not in the same sentence, that is. Anyhow, again, she turned something so simple, a request that was so simple, just, can you source us, douche? And she said no. Hostile, almost denying it, basically, you know, being defensive, smug, like she is, you know. She treated these people like trash. And now she's trying to pretend like she's some hero to her mom. And we know that's not the case. And to her, it's not a big deal, right? Well, it's a big deal to the people that actually put in the effort, okay? And whether I agree with whatever effort they put into, again, I think they should have kept it simple as well. But hey, they wanted to do this. This was what they wanted to do, their passion, to look into the case further with all the FOIA information that was received and do a deep dive and you know, share their results from whatever research that they're trying to do and provide. So the list, the things go on and on. At a certain point, some of the Reddit users, they watermark their stuff, you know, not because they wanted credit. I mean, they didn't want like, hey, I own this shit. So they're watermarking some of the emails, right, that you guys love to go over, the Gypsy Rose emails, the prison emails, or whatever it was. You loved it. They put it all together over there. Nice, very nice, beautiful. But there was a reason they were starting to do this. They thought, hey, we got to do it because this Audrey dickhead keeps stealing our shit. And she takes credit, full credit, on things that these people took time to organize. Clearly reading shit word for word, in fact. This is what Audrey was doing, reading word for word their work. So they're watermarking their stuff after they realized Audrey was being hostile and just was not willing to actually be ethical in any way. Because Audrey thinks she has all this clout and she's got this pull. And does she? Yeah, with the dum-dums, the anti-gypsy people, all of them, you know, because they follow anybody that hate bonds with them. It's really not that difficult to be an anti-gypsy creator. It doesn't take a lot of brains. It most certainly, well, doesn't take brains, but most certainly doesn't take any talent. All you have to do is fall in line. And the more you hate, the better. And if you're a little bit savvy in the way you present things, oh, you can do very well. Just stay in line. Don't align yourselves with people like me. You don't want to do that. That'll ruin your reputation very quickly with them. Anyhow, so the watermark was, the point of it was just to show that, hey, you know, it wasn't to get claim of some sort of ownership of these documents, and they're raw documents. They don't own that shit. There's no copyright that they own of it, but it's just to show, hey, look, this is their analysis. This is what they created as their own layout, you know, their skill set in organizing certain things, timelines and such. It's their material that they surmised and sort of put together for the convenience of folks like an Into the Weeds or a Becca Scoops or a shithead like Audrey as well. And in fact, Into the Weeds knew of these people, these certain people from Reddit, who at one point, Audrey said that it was them, some of these characters. But Into the Weeds didn't seem to have an issue with it. But who had an issue? Of course, Audrey the Gross. Because it would take clout away from her hard work that she so wants people to believe that she did. Nah, she didn't do it. She stole it. And in fact, these subreddit users who took the time to go through the FOIA documents, material, organize them, in fact, explain them in the most simplest terms, adding descriptions and things of that nature, trying to really get people who were interested in this to understand very easily and organized in an organized fashion for them to access. Well, you know, of course, Audrey just spits in the faces of these people's hard work, essentially, and that's what it was. This is where the hypocrisy comes in, and I was kind of outlining this. I guess there's this lady named Ashley Suist who came into their Reddit or subreddit, and this person who started this conspiracy, because all of them, you know, they love conspiracies, right? That's all they do is come up with rumors and conspiracies, misinformation. They never correct themselves. So this Ashley Suist individual, I guess they thought, well, one of the people, subreddit users, was Amber from Into the Weeds. And I guess their reasoning behind that was like, oh, it's Amber from Into the Weeds, because I guess her, Amber, and this Ashley Suist loser followed the Idaho 4 case or something like that, and both had TBIs. I don't know. Okay, something like that. And that was the reason. So this Ashley moron Suist just went along with it, just like, oh, well, then Amber must be this subreddit user. So this Ashley Suist person goes to Reddit. She's asking people to actually credit Audrey. Oh, you guys should credit Audrey, the plagiarist, Audrey the Gross plagiarist and grifter. Saying that, you know, Ashley saying to these subreddit users that people need to credit Audrey for the Gypsy Rose timeline. Audrey wanted to release this, right? Because she's such a stealer of content. Nothing ethical about Audrey. So maybe Audrey did do this shitty timeline, but the subreddit users didn't really care, but they found it kind of funny that they realized in that moment Audrey is just a hypocrite because Audrey's asking them to credit something she did, right? But then when they asked Audrey to credit them, Audrey declined. In fact, spit in their faces, lied to them, essentially mocking them in the sense of, I'm going to hunt you down. I'm going to find out who you guys are. And she actually goes on that mission to do so on a live stream. Maybe I'll play a clip. And refused to credit these people. So the hypocrisy is real. Audrey, I mean, all of these people, these anti-gypsy people, these creators, greedy, you know, all into themselves. They love the attention of a built-in audience. You know, they just love this. They love this moment, you know, so their heads are so big. Their egos are so fragile, though. But you know what? Audrey and the rest of them, these creators, have solely benefited on all of those subreddits from Gypsy Rose. Even I did, man. Everything I talked about covering this horseshit We got it from Reddit. We got it from all of them. Without them, where would you get that information? You're not getting it from TikTok because TikTok's getting it from Reddit. You're not getting the information from YouTube because YouTube is getting it from Reddit. Maybe Facebook, you know, but there's a cross. Maybe there's a cross between Facebook and Reddit because we know Becca Scoop stole from Facebook. And we know now that Audrey has stole from Reddit. And they claim it as their own, word for word, in fact. And it's all for personal gain for these people like Audrey or Becca, you know, just because they're entitled and they feel that, you know, they don't need to be ethical in any way. And really a simple answer would have just been, or a response would have been, okay, I'll credit you. I'm so sorry. I'll make sure I do that. All right. But no, because she wanted to take it all to herself. She wanted all of that personal gain. Anyhow, we could go on and on, but she wanted to harass these people by getting their personal information. And here's a clip over here. Maybe we should just play it since we're here. And I'm going to put it on the screen so you can all see it. This is Audrey the Gross and Ashley Suist, two losers, of course. And they're here. Let me see if I can make... Oh, I don't want to make that screen there. They're over here. They're at the very top. Do you see those people? Ugly. Disgusting. Here, let me make it a little bit large. Large. Right over here. You guys see these disgusting, vile humans? Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to play this real quick. Little clip here. This is where they're going to hunt down these subreddit users. They're going to get their dox information because this is what Audrey does.
Oh, sorry.
I want to put out a challenge for the community. If you know anybody that fits these descriptions, and you can prove they fit these descriptions, hit us up at the grbexposed@gmail.com email. Because
isn't she gross, guys? She's asking the community not only for $200,000 now, but she's asking her community of hate bonders to figure out who all these people are. I need their descriptions. I need to know who they are. Yeah, hypocrites. Hypocrites. All right, moving along.
We are rabbit holing, guys. So, okay, let's listen to how these four people describe themselves because they are the ones in control of the website. So go ahead, Ashley. I'll let you read it because I can't really see it.
Yeah, no problem. We're a small team dedicated to collecting and archiving all evidence about the real Gypsy Rose Blanchard. We want to get the truth out there by providing facts about this case. We go by GRB Evidence for a social media handle.
Oh, they're both annoying and gross. Look at them both. Losers, obsessed with Gypsy Rose. This one for God knows how long now. This one, God knows how long. All stuck, avoiding their family interactions. Any interaction with their family they're trying to avoid. Just to be stuck here. How long are they going to be stuck? Probably forever. I guarantee you, a year from now, we're going to see these two same people on the same shitty panels, saying the same bullshit, pretending like they're finding new information about a case that's already been solved. We already know it should have been first-degree murder, okay? We knew that from the get-go, you dum-dum. Catch up, but they need all this other information. They couldn't just keep it simple. They could have kept it simple and reached a lot more people. But now they muddy the water so much with diluting this people's brains with, well, did you guys see the FOIA videos? And did you guys see this email from prison? And this phone call? And Hot Rod? And this and that? Shut the fuck up. No one cares about that shit. Did she commit the crime? Yes, she did. Okay, she deserved. Was it premeditated? Yes, it was. Okay, so they both probably should be in prison for the rest of their life, but one of them got a plea deal. Okay, shit happens. Fuck, man. Move on to the next case. It's over. What other evidence do you need? Like they're gonna ever do anything. They're never gonna accomplish shit. These people. That's why I was sick and tired of them. That's why I'm right here where I'm sitting pretty. I can't stand those type of people, man. I mean, I can't stand stupid people. I just can't.
Namely on TikTok and YouTube. So this is not doxing, guys. These are all usernames, just to reiterate here.
Oh, it's not doxing. Yeah, it looks like you want to find out their location, their address, their personal information. Why? Because they ask you to, I don't know, credit them? Yeah.
GRB Evidence
Hypocrites.
was a formal legal case manager and experienced web designer. She has known about the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case since it was aired in public. Though she did not follow it closely during the early years, she has always kept the case in her back pocket. It was back in 2024.
I guarantee you this Ashley Suist, you know, she can't hold a boyfriend. You know, she doesn't have children. There's no man that would impregnate this person. Procreate with her? Are you kidding me? Who's going to do that? Nobody. Trust me, speaking as a man, I know this. Okay. For a fact. Loser written all over this person. You can't deal with these type of people. You know, you just can't. Who's Ashley? I don't know. I don't know. I don't like though.
When GRB Evidence had had enough of the drama from content creators and decided to continue the old website with permission from its owner, and is continuously adding her own research and skills to create a resource for everyone. Gotta take a drink before the next one, guys.
Oh, she even drinks water like a douche.
Douche.
That's like Joe Biden drinking water. Have you seen Joe Biden drink water? It's kind of the same. Let me get you a little sippy. She's all careful. Just drink the motherfucker, dude. You thirsty, right? Are you thirsty? Just let it go down your throat, man. Stop it. Just drink it. Just drink it like a human. What is this? That was a big gulp.
Little Frodo is our research partner. She was a supporter of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, but
She was like a robot. Do you see that? She looked like she was operating like a robot. Gypsy Rose, Little Frodo was a little piece of shine, and I went down like a librarian or something like that. Come on.
found too many inconsistencies and became a skeptic and eventually a truthsayer. She has been working hard on the emails to provide easy to digest snippets and analysis for our audience.
She just swallowed too. I think you need some more water.
Maleficent Process, 16. Another research partner. She is local to Missouri and has a double degree in criminal justice and psychology and has roughly 10 years of experience in LEMH case management. Though she did not personally know Dee Dee or Gypsy Rose Blanchard, she shared similar circles with them. Maleficent Process 16 likes being the team's behind-the-scenes person by doing research and providing insight into deciphering documents for little Frodo.
I think Ashley Suist or Suist is Audacious Audrey the Gross's Nicholas Godejohn. I see it right here. Audrey has manipulated this low IQ individual that's barely human. Barely human. Oh, yeah. I see what happened here.
And GRB Evidence.
So.
Oh, we got one more.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, you forget about the last one. This one is our favorite fan. Biscuits has a background in nursing and education, skilled in forensic medical record reconstruction. She has written contributions to nursing and palliative care texts. Palliative. Look at me. I have no idea what that means. Good on her.
Of course you don't.
And educational material, among other publications. A bereaved cancer mother
Ask the author above.
seeking a voice for silenced women. She was drawn to the GRB cause by early.
I just wish Audrey was just as excited whenever she hangs out with her kids, you know. I just wish, you know, because she avoids her kids at all costs. You know, she's constantly on TikTok. She's on every single panel that she could possibly get on that talks about her. As long as you talk about her, oh, she gonna be there, right? I wish she would put the same energy that she does in all of this anti-gypsy stuff into her own children. But I guess that won't happen. She didn't put enough energy to protect one of them that was getting shook.
Signs of deception and chose to focus on evidence-based analysis to fully uncover Dee Dee's story. Biscuit serves as the team's cheerleader when things get rough.
Which she was just in here cheerleading. Or he.
Woo!
Oh no, it says a mother, so she.
See, they're hunting down personal information. See, they're the biggest hypocrites of all time. So don't want to hear them talk about doxing and using law enforcement, okay, to, I guess, console them, because that's all law enforcement's going to do is, you know, law enforcement actually, when they probably read the report, they'll pretend like they're on her side. But at a certain point, when they keep bothering police about this horse shit, they're going to turn around and say, get off the fucking internet. That's going to solve your issues. You know how many times Cyrax has called the police? And it doesn't go over well. That's why they need to actually make a new crime, a crime bill that says anybody that uses law enforcement for their bullshit internet wars or drama, they're going to go to prison for 10 years, 10 long. I would sign that shit.
I have tracked down who I assume some of these people are. But if y'all have anybody that you know fits these categories and you have
gross.
evidence they fit said categories, send them my way.
Wow, she wants people to send these folks doxes her way. Why? Because all they asked for, Audrey, was you to credit them for their hard work. Unbelievable. And you know what? She's weaponizing. This is actually doxing, the perfect example, because you're weaponizing your hate community to basically direct them towards targeting these individuals to get their personal information for probably nefarious purposes, okay? Malicious intent. That is the perfect example of doxing, actually. In fact, you may be the only person on the internet that has went live with whoever this Ashley Suist is. Both of you guys just, I guess, recorded some criminal activity on the internet. Yeah, because you guys aren't the brightest ever. Very low IQ. You know, I thought Audrey may have had some common sense at one point, but there is nothing in between those years.
My email is audaciousaudrey06@gmail.com. I would love to.
There's the water drinking again. You gotta love it. You know, it's like, have you guys seen the comedy sitcom Small Wonder? Remember Vicky, the robot? You know, she was always dressed as a maid or something like that. Very odd show. Funny though, I miss that. It's a small wonder. And the boy's name was Jamie. She kind of reminds me of Vicky, the robot.
Figure this out, confirm, because again, I have tracked some all the way down to their government name, and I would like to know who's behind this.
Government name. So she hunted down their doxes. This is Audrey the Gross. The hypocrisy is real. But you know what? Most of her people, because they are hate bonding, they won't care. That's why they don't care about the truth. That's why they're a bunch of hypocrites, period, end of story. And that's why we're here, to point all of this out.
Because they sure did go hard on trying to make me look like the world's worst person. And so I thought, you know.
You actually are, what you did to your son, or what you didn't do, I should say. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of things about that situation. It's very, very disturbing the more I look into that matter. Very disturbing.
What better way to discuss this than to come with receipts? And we have been working on this in 7 days, we'll almost make a whole month that we have silently worked behind the scenes while they did things like mute my friends, ban my friends.
All because Audrey couldn't handle being banned from their subreddit. Can you believe that too? All because Audrey's ego couldn't handle the fact that she had to fess up that she stole content from the subreddit. She made money. Not those people over there. She made money. So she's hunting all of their government names. Their government names. And now she's asking for $200,000.
Banned my supporters, and that's crazy. I would never do that to theirs. In fact, if you go to my video where I addressed Frodo's supporters are in my video telling me what a horrible person I am. I didn't silence them. I didn't block them, because everybody's voice is allowed to be heard. And I do have a challenge for them if they're not part of this website, because somewhere in all of these screenshots, we do have where they say the group broke up. Prove it.
Hey, why don't you prove that picture of Gypsy Rose in the cheerleading outfit with the house on fire, wasn't made before you brought your mom's boyfriend's house on fire to the internet? Prove that, because I put out that challenge to you, and then you spun it another way now. She spun it as if I'm asking for the money on her GoFundMe. I'm only asking for that money, okay, if I'm not lying, because I can prove that you lied about Gypsy Rose's picture with the morbid fan cheerleading thing with the fire in the back, just to spin the narrative, more playing the victim that Gypsy Rose was making fun of you, which wasn't the case. You made a video about that, okay? So you lied again. And when you're presented with information, legit receipts to debunk your lies, you don't want to take accountability for it. So let's make a bet. That's the whole thing. And I'll take all of your money. And if you win, Audrey, I'll go ahead and match the money. I'll match your GoFundMe that you get, that same amount, okay? But you have to be willing to put up the GoFraudMe, all of it. And I'm willing to give you all of it back if I'm lying. But if you're proven wrong, I'm taking all of that shit. So what do you want to do now? Instead of spinning it with your own narrative and I just want to take your mom's money. No. I just gave you the deal. Prove that Gypsy Rose made that AI after you brought it to the internet, which was this week. This past Monday or Tuesday. I can prove that Gypsy Rose had that AI the previous week. Put your mom's money on the line. Put your mom's GoFraudMe on the line. And I'll take all of that money. But if you prove me wrong, which you won't, but if let's just say you do, then I'll go ahead and match the total amount that you receive on that GoFraudMe and give it to your mommy. Except that, bitch. Clip this. Clip it. Clip the deal. Because these low IQ people, they don't understand deals. They don't understand anything. They really don't. Take the deal, Audrey, because you like to make deals, right? You're trying to make a deal with this subreddit person.
Also, come with the proof of what you accused me of doing. That is my challenge. So we can continue, because again, Audrey goes on her little rants. Sorry, Ashley.
And Audrey, if you make $200,000, I'll give you $200,000. That's $400,000. Why wouldn't you want to accept that offer? Huh, Audrey? Because you're a liar, but you're going to have to fess up and say you're a liar. That I proved you wrong. That video is horseshit. That you used Gypsy Rose in the sense, like you don't even want to correct yourself. But I'm going to make you correct yourself. So that offer stands, and let's go. Let's go. I'll prove without a shadow of doubt that that's the case, but I know you won't accept it because you know I'm telling the truth and you're not, because you're built on lies. Not me, though. Not me. I'm pretty clever with that. Anyhow, so there's that evidence of her, Audrey the Gross, basically, you know, trying to hunt these people's dox information and publicly, and, you know, directing her entire community to hunt them down as well. You know, asking them, hey, if you know anything about any of these people, make sure you give it to me. All right. Give me everything. Give me their blood type. Give me everything that they have, etc., etc. All right. So we covered that here. Oh, there was something that I wanted to show you guys. Are you guys bored yet? What are we on, Saturday? We're on Saturday here. There's always too much information to go over, and I always think I'm underprepared, but then I'm really actually overprepared. So that's pretty wild. All right. Let's go to this. This is what Audrey said today. You're going to hear her. Watch. Let me make sure that this is... All right. This is what she says today about this situation.
So I wasn't even going to say anything. I spoke to the two Ashleys before. Like, as soon as I found out, I called and talked to...
Can you guys hear her? Essentially, she spoke to the two Ashleys. Ashley, the addict. Yeah, Ashley, the addict. By the way, you haven't cured your addiction, Ashley, the addict over there. Because your addiction just moved from whatever you had, what, drugs or alcohol. Probably an alcohol addiction. I don't know. Ashley, the alcoholic. Now she's Ashley, the addicted to Gypsy Rose. Because that's all she talks about. She's addicted. So she switched one addiction to another addiction. How is that being cured of addiction? It's not. It's time to go back. AA. Gabriel the Mogalore main, $2 super chat. Frodo triggers her. She said Into the Weeds was them before. Okay, yes. So Frodo is a subreddit user, one of them, who Audrey stole from. And Audrey, of course, wrongfully claims Into the Weeds as being this Frodo individual, little Frodo right here in chat. And of course, Audrey's wrong, and she never fesses up to her wrongs. She allows misinformation to always be put out there because of her ego. She's egotistic, narcissist. You know, she's wrong all the time. Most of the time, I would say. The majority of the time, and she never corrects herself any of the time. So here she is. She talks to Audrey the addict and Audrey the soist or whatever the fuck.
them about...
They talked about the GoFundMe or whatever.
Before, like, as soon as I found out, I called and talked to them about what was going on. And I was like, I don't know what to do, because, like, me and my husband can help. We can put in, you know, a good amount. But at the end of the day, my mother is on Social Security. So if I put her into an apartment, she can't afford the monthly payment plus everything.
She's on Social Security. And if you put her in an apartment, she can't afford it. You're a liar. You're a liar. I know how much Social Security is. You're a liar. And your mom's not the only one getting SSI. So is her boyfriend. They're just fine. They're just fine. You know, with a studio or a one bedroom. Stop being entitled. There are people living on the street. Legit living on the street. Her saying that they can't afford it is actual dog shit. Horse shit. Horse shit. Especially in Florida too. Because I know people are going to say Florida's expensive. $1,000 to $1,800 a month. I would be celebrating that amount of money living in SoCal.
Thing else, if you don't, but at the end of the day, my mother is on Social Security. So if I put her into an apartment, she can't afford the monthly payment plus everything else. If I help her put a down payment on a place, she can't really afford that either. And so I was like, I don't know what to do, because, like, it's basically like dangling a carrot in front of her face of, I can help this much, but it's actually still not enough.
You can help with $20,000. $20,000 divided by, because she said this on Keisha's live. She says she has $20,000 of her own money to give to her mommy or her mommy's boyfriend. Let's say the rent is $1,200. Let's round it up to $1,500 for, you know, expenses and stuff like that. 20,000 divided by 1,500. That's a full 13 months of rent at $1,500 a month. And that's not even including the Social Security. Are you guys following me? If Audrey gives her mom, like she said, $20,000 in Florida at $1,500 per month, she can use the $20,000 for 13 months of rent paid. 13.333 to be exact. While she's collecting her Social Security and while her boyfriend is collecting his SSI in the amounts of most likely $1,400 per month each. And that gives you another $2,800 to $3,000 per month with the both SSIs combined. How could they not afford an apartment and the monthly rent? You're a liar, Audrey. Caught you in another lie. Caught you in another lie. She always has a reason, though. This is what liars do.
Afford that either. And so I was like, if I help her put a down payment on a place, she can't really afford that either. And so I was like, I don't know what to do, because like it's basically like dangling a carrot in front of her face of
and it's like her thought process is, well, everybody should pay for the rest of her life, right, guys? I think 13 months is quite enough. You don't need, she didn't even need to ask the community for any money. She had $20,000. That's 13 months of rent at $1,500 a month. And her mom wouldn't have to pay a cent out of her SSI. She could just pocket that shit, buy some stocks for an entire year, rent free.
I can help this much, but it's actually still not enough. And they were like, look, you have this community and they would probably help. Why don't you just ask? And so I went on.
She's an opportunist. Why don't you just ask? Oh, yeah, let's just ask people for $200,000, which she's willing to get. Give her mom $20,000.
Live, and I explained what was going on, and everybody was like, start a GoFundMe, try to get your mom a house. And I said, so the cheapest house like in her area that I can find that's not like falling apart, I think it was like $146,000. I was like, so I'll just do it to right there. And they were like, no, do 200. And then there were people that said, do 400, do 600.
Oh, you know what? Audrey was so generous. She brought the price tag down to about $146,000 because she's already home shopping, right? Because she has the money in the bag already, thanks to the low IQ community over there. That gets scammed on a daily. They got scammed by Scott. Case studies off of that $4,000 he made on the GoFundMe he didn't need, only to buy himself a new laptop and a Nintendo Switch 2 with a bunch of expensive games.
And I was like, that's taking it way too far. Like, that's way too much. I was like, so I'll meet basically everybody's ask or whatever, what they suggested in the middle, and just do 2.
Wow, that is so generous. You know, people were saying, hey, how about $400,000? She's like, no, that's a little bit ridiculous. As she says, that's a little too much. Let me go meet you guys halfway. 200,000 is, I'm more comfortable with asking 200,000 from complete strangers on the internet when I have $20,000 ready for my mom to take from me. That's 13 months of rent.
And so I did, and because of that, they're mad. And now Skeleton Boy is on his stream saying how he wants the money I've raised for my mother. And he can call me gross.
Why did I want that money? Because you lied. You lied to your audience like you always do, and you never correct yourself. I can prove that Gypsy Rose created that AI of her in that cheerleading outfit a week before you told everybody that your mom's boyfriend's house burnt down. Put your money where your mouth is. You liar. And you know you won't accept that challenge. And in fact, I upped that challenge. I said that if I'm lying, then I will go ahead and triple action. You know what? I was going to double. I'll triple, quadruple whatever you bring in on your GoFundMe. That's how confident I am. Are you that confident? No, because you know you're a liar. So stop twisting it like, I just wanted to get your mommy's money. I'm willing to give you quadruple that amount if you could prove me wrong. But I'm going to show you complete evidence. But you better give me whatever's left in there. And that shit ain't coming down. That's going to keep going, and you're going to keep pushing the grift for me to make that money. We're going to maximize that shit.
All day long. That is fine. I don't really care. He can.
And I want your 20 G's too that you were going to give your mom. So add that in there too. Yeah. Because if I'm quadrupling, you better give me something of yours too. Not just the people's money. You give me your 20 G's. We'll have it in a contract here.
Call me anything he wants, honestly. But to sit there and say, I know this money is to help somebody who is literally a senior citizen, and then be like, I want it, that is gross. That's gross behavior.
No, you're gross, and you're spinning it again. Like I just said, I want that money. I never said that. You clearly, she lies again. This is what Audrey does. She lies. She thinks I said I just want her mom's money. Why would I say that, you dummy? I already gave you the offer. She does, this is what Audrey does. She always spins it like that because she doesn't care about truth. She doesn't care about ethics. We've already learned that she plagiarizes shit. Okay. She stole from people over at Reddit. And she went on a hunting to dox their legal information and asked her own community, weaponize them to the point that she wanted them to do the dirty work as well of doxing. And they all participated, all of them. Yeah, let's go. Let's find out who these people are.
You are in your 40s and you are able to work. My mother has a fractured femur. And
I may be in my 40s, and so is Scott, but you look like you're in your 60s, lady. Let's be honest. How old are you? You're in your 30s? Late 20s. I think she's in her 30s. You look like you're 60 already. And you barely spend time with your own kids. So I'm not even sure what you're talking about. So you shouldn't have a face like you have right now. All ruined and looks depressed and all this shit. And just smug. The wrinkles. You smug so much you have wrinkles in the areas that you smug.
And she can walk, but she can't stand on it for long.
Oh, I had that. That's nasty.
Yeah, and she doesn't have a house. She's staying in a fucking shed. And like me, my brother, and my sister didn't even know.
She doesn't have a house. She's staying in a shed. You know what? That's better than fucking on a park bench and then being woken up by cops in the middle of the night and saying, get the fuck out of here. You can't be on this bench. Entitlement. So entitled these people are. They're entitled not only to their own egos, they're entitled to your money. And I hope you waste it. I hope the anti-gypsy people waste so much money on these GoFundMes. This is what I wish. And go into debt. Go into major debt. And they lose their own homes. And they lose everything, okay? How we could cover it.
Because my mom didn't tell us. And now, like, my mom doesn't know that I've been raising this for her. She knows I'm coming and all that. Like, I'm going to surprise her. I plan on recording it.
Oh, that's so nice. Daughter's going to surprise her with internet money. Again, stealing all of the clout. not even acknowledging the people that gave her that money. Are you going to tell mommy that, oh, this person gave money, this person, you should reach out to these people? No. Audrey wants to surprise mommy. Mommy, look, mommy, I hate Bond on the internet. And I have this built-in audience, you know, thanks for the real OGs. The real OGs. Thanks to them entering this niche content. And I could pretend to be a content creator while I'm stealing off subreddits and being permanently banned from Reddit for my disgusting, gross behavior.
If she will allow me to post it, I will.
Yeah.
Like whenever I tell her.
Well, that's the thing, Audrey. They keep saying it's like, well, she didn't even know about her mother. She didn't even know about her mother. But as you said the other day, parents protect their...
Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to listen to that voice anymore. Oh my God. Talk about losers, eh?
kids. They don't want their kids to worry. I know my parents lie to me all the time because if something's going wrong.
Well,
you know?
and my mom's literally like 5, 6, 7 states away from me. It's not like she's right down the road from me.
Right.
And if
5, 6 states away. So she can't come live with you because she's 5, 6 states away. Fucking liar. Dude, if your mom was going homeless, which she's not, by the way, another lie. But let's say her mom's homeless. You don't think she could drive her ass down there, okay? Pick her ass up, pay for airfare out of her own pocket, $20,000 she has to give to her mom. She can't do that and say, hey, mom, come live with us. We have a little spare room here, whatnot. Hell, couch surf. It's your own mom, right?
even like she knows now, I know she's in a shed and I'm like, Mom, how are you? Blah, blah. Like she's in a hotel at the moment. But
oh, at a nice 4-star, 5-star hotel. Free continental breakfast, of course. So she could afford a hotel. She can't afford. What? I mean, I don't get it. Not even a motel or, you know, I thought she was in a shed. What? Now we just upgraded? We just upgraded.
today she was out there at the property and I'm like, how's everything going? Like, have you done anything? And she started telling me about a damn turtle. And I'm like, Mom, that is.
Yeah, because she doesn't need the money, clearly. Because if she was really homeless, don't you think she would say, daughter, can I come live with you, please? Mommy's homeless. No, she probably bought a new turtle and all this.
It's not the conversation we are having.
And they all think it's funny. Case, give us another Elmo voice, you douche.
So
she doesn't want to worry you.
Yeah, she doesn't want to, but yeah, she likes having her independence. That's what my husband said. But it's like, at some point you need to ask for help, and
she wants to have her independence. Well, you know what? Shit happens in life, you know. Don't be so entitled that you need a new home and strangers on the internet are going to flip the bill. And you know, she's not going to reach her goal. There's not enough power within this low IQ'd anti-gypsy verse, but she's going to make thousands and thousands. In fact, right as we speak right now, she's at $5,000 of stranger money. She asked for 200,000. She's at 5,000. So, you know, that money is just gonna, that $5,000 is gonna be deducted from what Audrey said she could give her mom, which was $20,000. Because why would Audrey want to give her mom $20,000 when other people are willing to do it? Isn't that fun? You know how many moms, dads, and siblings are suffering right now that could use some of that money? In fact, how about justice for Dee Dee? How come they never do anything for justice for Dee Dee? Where's the $5,000 to make change, any change, or to put the truth out, right? Because they want to put truth out. Do they invest that money in shit like, I don't know, justice for Dee Dee? No. They don't, because they don't care. They're a bunch of liars and a bunch of grifters, and they grift off each other now. This is just how it is, and they're going to get used to it. They've already been doing this for 2.5 years, guys. I was a part of that. I was a big part of that too. But here we are. Very small group, though. The elite who understand what's really going on. How long are you going to be following this shit? Another 2 years? Where's the end game in it? Another 200, I guess, go fraud me's? Huh. Probably.
Refuses to. That's not how she was raised, you know?
Right. So you went ahead and asked for help, which is perfectly okay.
Fidel Castro says, Morbid made money off internet strangers for reading Reddit posts. Yeah, in the most fucking entertaining way. I've never had a GoFundMe, ever. They like to bring up my mom when I shared the story of when she went missing for 24 hours. Okay. I told that story after my mom was recovered and found. You morons over there. They like to compare the two, like, well, we supported you when your mom went missing. Go back to that live stream, okay? I said my mom went missing for 24 hours. I didn't say my mom is missing. Because she likes to do, in her videos, she likes to go, there's the difference between has and had. Had is the past and has is the present. Stupid Audrey. It was my mom went missing versus my mom is missing. I didn't need anyone's help. I just let you in on the story. Dumb fucks. And I never did a GoFundMe. I just made money off the internet as far as advertising and all this other stuff. Not me, though. I never asked for a GoFundMe. I'm not a fraud like these people over here. No, these guys are go scam me, go fraud me. They have no shame. It's embarrassing for any human being to ask for even $1,000 or $100 or $200 or $300, $400, $500. I mean, especially when they're lying. When they're lying, it's just worse. And she's lying. She lied about her mom's situation as far as the apartment. She can't afford it with SSI, but she could. She could afford it with SSI. And she could afford it with the $20,000 that you promised you were going to give her on Keisha's Live, Audrey. You said you have $20,000 to give to your mom. That's more than enough. You know, who the hell would not be happy with an extra $20,000? How long can you stretch it to live if you're very frugal? And you don't even have to be frugal. Hell, you can go nuts for 6 months and you'll still have money.
There's nothing wrong with asking for help. More people should do it. And if you don't want to donate, then donate.
Right, especially in situations like this. It's not like I'm asking people to help.
And you know what's funny?
Kind of a habit that I
Shut
have.
up, Audrey the Gross. You know what's funny is this. They like to say, well, your live viewers went down and you guys don't get views. Nah. But they sure are afraid of everything we say. They're so bothered and triggered. If we're getting little tiny views and our numbers are down, because we're the elite 1%ers, by the way. We're not low IQ sheep because there's a lot of ignorant people in society, and we don't represent that percentage, that majority. We're the minority. But if you're saying, oh, you guys aren't getting views, no one's listening anymore, so why are we bothering you so much? To the point that you have to always come up with excuses. Oh, there's a skeleton man, guys. There's a skeleton man, and he's calling me and my mommy out. Why do you care? Why do you care if I could talk about your son that you weren't there for when he was shook almost to death, by the way? It's pretty gross. Just as Audrey is gross. Are you going to be talking about that in the next live? Are you going to address that, Audrey? We don't get numbers, right? Remember? Oh, Nicole? Is it bothering you that I'm putting up wrinkly faces of you and it's only your own face? And I'm pointing out those intricacies. If we're getting such low views and nobody wants to watch us anymore because we don't hate bond at this point, right? Well, why do we bother you? Why? Why are we why is Sheena or Bree or me, the unholy trinity, affect you in Sheena, Bree, and the holy bones? Yes, acknowledge us. You need to accept us. All three of us, by the way. in that fashion. You accept Sheena, Bree, and then the holy bones. You know, why? Here's Cooks over here. I see you, Cooks. Hey, Cooks, come on up, man. I think you'd like me if you spoke to me, Cookie. I missed you. Cook says, how many hours have you been talking to yourself about Audrey? Hey, well, you're here. That says a lot. And, you know, it's going to bother her. It's going to bother her so much, you know, that I brought up the fact that her ex-husband, I guess, or her baby daddy shook her son to the point that he has permanent brain damage and cannot function regularly. His life basically was taken from him, essentially, right? But who was it that wasn't there for that son? Mommy. Why? Why were you so not attentive to his needs? Why? Why did he end up the way that he did? He shouldn't have been put in that situation. Why wouldn't a mom protect her own son from something that heinous, yet she's out here calling out Gypsy Rose? Why? Why, Cooks? Do you know why? Why? Why do you care, Cooks? Our numbers are low. Why are you here? Why are you begging me not to talk about her son and her situation? I could talk about anything because my numbers, according to you guys, are low. I don't matter, remember? Why? You brought it up, Cooks. Maybe you shouldn't have come in here. Why don't you exit out then? And maybe I'll stop talking about it. But the longer you're in here, then I'm going to talk about her son and that situation because, you know what? I question it. They talk about Aurora. Why can't I talk about her son? And why she didn't protect her son? Why? Cooks, the more you're in here, I'm going to keep talking about it. So Autumn could thank you. Why are you guys so triggered? Why are you so triggered, Cooks, if we're having low numbers here? What does it matter to you guys? No one's listening, right? According to you guys, no one cares. I'm talking to myself. As long as I'm talking to myself, Cooks, I can say whatever I want, right? Why are you such a hypocrite now? Now you're backing up? Whoa. I didn't ask for that smoke. You brought the smoke. I gave it to you 100,000 times fold. Exactly. Because we own all you dumbasses. We own the gypverse, and that's just how it's going to be. Even if you say, well, we're small numbers here. Well, we make the loudest noise, don't we? Don't we? And you know what? I'm actually going very easy. I actually want answers to that question. So I hope she addresses it because I want to know the story. I don't want to hear it from third parties now because those stories are pretty heinous about Audrey's son and that whole situation of child abuse, essentially, from both parents, it seems like. The CPS reports or the reports that I read. It says both parents. And so I question that. I want to know. And I don't think Audrey is capable of telling the truth. She's going to come up with some horseshit story. Okay. I want to hear it from both sides, actually, to get the truth. Because I probably trust the father more, actually. Because why take away his voice? Because maybe it was the other individual that is involved in this. I'm serious. Because I can't trust anything that Audrey says. Just like Autumn Terra. Because everything they've said are a bunch of lies. All the videos that they never take accountability for when they're proven with legitimate receipts that they lied willingly put out misinformation. Okay. They never correct. So I can never, ever trust anything Audrey says. So whatever she says in response to this, I already know that most of it's chock full of lies.
You know, it's a legit need.
You're not going out and battling, you know?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because TikTok battling is worse than asking for $200,000 while you're giving your mom $20,000.
Yeah, you're not paying for a bill or anything like that. This is something serious.
Yeah, didn't Cooks talk about Aurora's V card? Get the fuck out of here, Cooks. And you know what, Cooks? Audrey could thank you. Audrey, if you listen to this playback, you know, Cooks came up here and she cooked things up. She is a cooker. I'll tell you that. I'm going to give it to her. She's a cooker. The cooker is the cooker. The only kid in danger is Aurora. Yeah, because, you know, Audrey actually already put her kid in danger to the point that, you know, shook the shit out of, allow that to happen to the point of brain damage and all this. It's like, dude, I guess Cooks doesn't care about Audrey's kid.
Serious. Your mom needs a home.
Yeah, and then to make it worse, like I told my people that were on my live over on TikTok, I was like, everything I'm making on TikTok, which doesn't clear till Wednesday.
I bet you Audrey's frantically on the internet, you know, trying to do another police report. Yeah. My VP's got hurt by this skeleton man who doesn't get any more live viewers. Help me, authorities. That piece of shit Cooks got involved and messed everything up for me. Oh, we love you, Cooks. Come on. Thank you. You know, we set that up, actually. We set up Cooks to come in here so that I could talk about Audrey's kid.
I was like, I plan on contributing that.
You know, we love pointing out their hypocrisies. You got Cooks in the corner over here in our live chat. How could you talk about kids? Yet she's talking about Aurora, a baby. The hypocrisy again. You start it, we finish it, baby. We feed you your own medicine, and it's gonna taste really bad. Worse than the medicine you fed us first. But hey, who cares? Because we don't get live viewers anymore. Guys, why do we bother them so much? Because the truth hurts. The truth hurts. And they don't like it. They don't like it when their little egos, because they're so fragile, you know, they get little hurt inside. Oh, we don't care.
Too, as well as last week's earnings or whatever you want to call it, gifts.
I think they start Monday now. I think payouts start Monday. I'm sorry, Audrey. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I think Monday. I don't know if it's starting next week, but it's going to start being Monday.
You hear that? She wants to give her TikTok earnings to mommy for the last couple days.
That too, as well as last, which doesn't in my live over on TikTok. I was like, everything I'm making on TikTok, which doesn't clear till Wednesday. I was like, I plan on contributing that too, as well as last week's.
Oh my God, 2 weeks of TikTok money going to mommy. Oh my Lord. How much is that? Because she always says, Audrey says, you know, I'm not monetized on TikTok, guys. You know, that's her whole thing. She's a liar then. How are you earning money on TikTok, douche? Audrey just lies, dude. No wonder she gets along with Terra Swift, Autumn Swift over there. Because they both lie. They have that in common. They back each other in that. It's pretty embarrassing, but hey, you know, you don't need any integrity or ethics, morals or whatnot to impress an audience of low IQ individuals. You just don't. They'll just follow no matter what. As long as you hate who they hate, they will always tune into you. That's how easy it is.
Earnings or whatever you want to call it, gifts.
I think they start Monday now. I think payouts start Monday. I'm sorry, Audrey. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I think Monday.
I didn't know that.
I don't know if it's starting next week, but it's going to start being Monday. So Maybe.
Well, either
Well-
way, it's going to go to her. But they heard that, and within 20 minutes, they all mass reported my live, and now I'm on live restrictions till the 20th.
Oh, she can't go live on TikTok. You know what? That's actually a big hit to her because she goes on lives. She lives on TikTok. And that's really her safe space as far as avoiding her entire family. But this may be good for her. Well, her kids maybe, or maybe the husband. I don't know. That guy's a loser too, though. But maybe it's time to go spend time with your family, because I know you're gonna go to Disney World or whatever. You know, her whole point, Audrey, her whole goal and mission is you guys flip the bill for her with this GoFundMe, okay? Give her money so she can save the $20,000 that she was going to give mommy now, because she sees a way out where she's going to come up on top. That is Audrey the Gross.
22nd at like almost midnight.
Really? Is that
Great.
something? Is that like a normal thing for?
Oh, yeah.
like, TikTok or?
Yes. They mass report everybody. They mass report me for nudity and schmexual.
They act like they don't mass report. You guys are the biggest mass reporters of all time. I know. I was part of you morons. As case studies, he mass reported Winebox Puppy's fucking YouTube channel that got taken down. And I applaud case studies for doing that. I'm glad he did that. In the beginning, I was like, dude, why are you fucking with the guy? So what? He says con or whatever. Who gives a fuck? He's like, no, this guy's, no, he's going to be a problem. So I'm like, go ahead, do whatever you want. You want to report him? Go ahead. And he reported the shit out of him. I didn't even help him. I should have, but I didn't. And poof, he was gone. I was like, damn, bro, you really did it. He's like, yeah. Oh, I love it, though. I just love it when they fight each other, and they fight each other all the time. That anti-gypsy side, all they do is fight each other. I love it.
Sexual
That's what they got me for. They did the sexual content.
Yep.
And that's what I got hit with.
Yep.
Yup, Nicole knows everything about sexual content. No, she doesn't. No one would touch her with a 10-foot pole. That's what that is. All right. How's it going? Now I got to see what the chat is up to. Someone was saying, open up the phone lines, motherfucker. Oh, there's another thing I wanted to show you, and I could actually
I want you
show
to imagine for a
Hold on. I know you guys heard that ugly, gross voice here. Ugh. All right, here we go. Check this out. You see her on the screen? So this is Audrey, and she has to fire back as she does because she's triggered. She's triggered by people that don't get live viewers. Ain't that some bitch? Let's check her out, though.
I want you to imagine for a second that your mother loses everything in a fire.
Oh no, did she lose everything? Are you sure about that? Even the way she sets things up, she's a liar. She's setting you up for the biggest lie right now.
And little friends and followers of this person start doing stuff like this to your...
Why does she say that? Of this person? Because she wants to get the people that hate Gypsy Rose to donate to her GoFundMe. Wake up. Wake up, you low IQs.
Little friends and followers of this person start doing stuff like this to your account and posting your address.
That's her hair. Do you guys see that? That's her dumb ass little ponytail, pigtail. Look at that shit. Ugh. That is gross. She is gross. Anyhow, that's her own live stream on TikTok. And someone named obviously Farrell, must be her husband, put that in there. I guess her address. Who cares? And she calls the police on this. She calls the police, wastes their time. What is a police going to do? You send them the screenshot. Oh, okay. So your address was put in there. Ma'am or sir, what do you want us to do about this, sir? First of all, I'm not a sir. I'm actually a a she or a her. I know, it's stupid. Sorry, I looked at the screenshot. I thought you were a guy with long hair. So what do you want us to do about this? I want you to go arrest them. Arrest them for what? Exactly. I'm chasing a shoplifter right now. Okay. What do you want me to do?
Which I did have to block out, but underneath that is my home address. Additionally, they've now put my address in a disc.
They should have put her mom's home address there. Then no one would. Oh, too soon. Because it wouldn't work because the house is not there. Would she be angry if her mom's? That would have been a better troll, guys. Next time, put her mom's address in there. Like, remember when it existed? When Amazon orders used to come to that address?
Scored. And then in the comments, they start informing me how many bedrooms and stuff my house has. And then you have this other person.
Oh no, the police better get on it, right? Now everybody on the internet knows how many bedrooms I have. How ridiculous does this sound? Seriously. It's ridiculous. Wasting law enforcement's time because somebody said, you have 3 bedrooms or 2 or whatever the fuck you got. It's ridiculous, man. All right, let me unpause this. Here we go.
Making threats like this. And people demanding that my thing needs to be shut down. It's like this.
So you can't read it there, but I was just fucking around. I was like, see you soon, Audrey, because I know she's going to be on TikTok very soon. Because she lives on TikTok. She thought I was going to go to her house. Why the fuck would I go to your house? You only have 3 bedrooms. What am I going to do over there? Idiot. Oh. And she took that to the police too as evidence.
People demanding that my thing needs to be shut down. Why are y'all so pressed about me trying to help my elderly mother?
See the buzzwords: elderly, disabled, SSI, can't afford an apartment. You see what they do? Scammers. They use those buzzwords to get your emotions, you know? Yeah. Such a scammer. Professional one at that.
And why are y'all saying things like this happened because you did a spell on me? Return to sender. Some of the weirdest behavior.
Return to sender. The fuck? The fuck? Trying to be funny. I thought it was a serious matter that your mom lost her home. Like, it's so devastating, but here you are cracking jokes. The fuck?
Because you did a spell on me. Return to sender. Some of the weirdest behavior I have ever seen in grown adults. And if I do lose my account, you definitely cannot find me here. You know?
Oh, that's really funny there, Natasha Cooper. Looks like Natasha Cooper. It looks like Natasha Cooper's son. Look at this. Right there. Maxwell.
No, it's not me. I promise. Anyways, if you would like to help, here is how you can help. But if you don't want to help, that's okay too. And if you can't help, that is also okay. Now I'm about to leave and drive the 17 hours to be there with my mother during all of this.
Be there with my mom. Never has she been there with her mom. She's trying to act like it now because it's an opportunity for her to make money. It's an opportunity for her to save the money she already has, because why would she? Why would she give her mom any money when strangers are giving it for her?
If I get bored while riding in the car, I might join people's lives.
Yes, you will. Look at her, dude. She is so addicted, just like Ashley the addict. Ashley the addict over there, her best friend, Ashley the addict, traded one addiction for another. Addicted to Gypsy Rose now. She knows she's going to be live on another live panel, even as she's driving. This is how addicted these people are to their obsession. Very creepy obsession. And it's going to last for years.
From this account, and if I'm not live on my account, somebody impersonating me might be live on this one. Additionally, I do want to add for everybody that is asking, last night, whenever all of that transpired, yes, I did call the cops.
Look, admitting that she uses law enforcement for her own entitlement and internet, I guess. Her getting her fifis heard on the internet. All they're going to tell you is go offline. Who the hell calls the cops because their address was leaked by some, I don't know, random user on the internet? You know how many times my address gets leaked everywhere I go in a chat? It doesn't bother me one bit. All of my addresses, even past ones and present ones and future ones, they're all in there. Hell, one time back about 10 years ago when I started doing podcast wars, I had assholes putting up, social security numbers, mine and my children's, on a scroll. And at the time, do you guys remember Periscope? Anybody remember Periscope back in the day? It was like they did Periscope. Were you guys on Periscope app? It was like a live streaming app, almost like TikTok, almost, but it was just live streaming from, I bet you guys know, some people know Periscope. Anyhow, so they had a Periscope account and they were putting my fucking name all over the place. And they were putting my social security. So I did call the police like a dumbass, thinking that they would do something, wasting their time. But this was 10 years ago. And I'm like, dude, this guy's putting my fucking social security. That's identity theft, right? And that's what I thought, right? But they just looked at me and they're just like, dude, get off the fucking internet, dumbass. And they left. I swear to God, they did that. I'm like, they're sending pizzas to me, unpaid for pizzas. And I was like, but this whole social security thing, come on, guys. They don't give a shit. They're like, you're wasting our fucking time, you piece of shit. But that was 10 years ago. I learned. I was like, all right, they don't care about me. Well, they're not out there to waste their time, about horse shit like that. Just not. They're busy with real life crime that's going on in real time, So that I would never do again. But this person, at her big ass age, okay, she knows she weaponizes law enforcement for her benefit because she's entitled. Why is she so entitled? She's entitled to $200,000. She's entitled to the subreddit and the users, their heavy research, extensive timelines and sources, yet she will just treat them like she treats everybody else, with zero integrity, okay, and steal from them. This is the type of person this Audrey individual is.
And because of stuff that has been happening over months, the cops have already had a paper trail on this situation.
You know what? I believe her. I bet you they have a paper trail, okay? They do, because this numbskull weaponizes law enforcement and wastes their time and taxpayer money on what? Internet shit? They have a paper trail of this shit because she provides this? That is insane. Get out of true crime. You don't care about victims, clearly, because you want to waste law enforcement manpower on your horse shit. That's not looking for justice for any victim. When your sole purpose is to weaponize them for your own, I guess, ego and satisfaction that you're entitled to do this, that is lame. People recognizing that, real true crime viewers or content creators, legit ones, not like these people that pretend to be in true crime, and they're not, okay? They'll look at you, Audrey, and they'll say, you're not about justice, period, end of story. To use and abuse the police like that, understanding that they have other stuff to do and busy. In fact, they don't even have the manpower to handle a lot of the crime that's going on in society, but they do their best job to waste their time on a trail, a paper trail of you and your screenshots and shitty Gypsy Rose type of receipts that she probably provides, and waste time for her local law enforcement. Shame on you. Shame on you for a lot of things, but that one right there goes to show she ain't about victims, and she ain't pro law enforcement if she's wasting their time.
It has been escalated to a higher department, and it is being handled.
She's a Karen. She asked her law enforcement to escalate it. Can I speak to your manager? I like to speak to your manager. Fucking loser. And another liar. Escalated. It's ridiculous.
And I have given permission for them to go through anything of mine that they want to or they may need to, because these behaviors and actions are not okay. It's one thing to just talk trash. It's a whole other thing to sit here and make threats.
Like you did when you told your community to find these people. We just saw a live stream where you're asking your community to get dirt and doxing information on these people in the subreddit. You freaking hypocrite. You're a liar. You're disgusting. You're gross. Is it all making sense, people? It should. She's the biggest one out there threatening people in the subreddit, to the point she got permanently banned, probably IP banned. Even if she wanted to use her husband's name and information, they have the same IP address, so it's probably banned, because Reddit's pretty good at banning IP addresses, you know, and they're pretty good at when you're going to use VPNs and things of that nature. But sometimes it slips by. I'm sure she got it to work again being on Reddit, but because she's probably still stealing from them.
It is also another thing to go and report somebody's account non-fucking stop. I don't get it.
Oh, wow. This coming from people that are notorious for reporting. Reporting Bree, Sheena, all these, right? Reporting Gypsy. Everything is report. Coming from her. Again, hypocrisy at its greatest. Coming up with excuses all the time because somehow they're entitled. They're able to do whatever they want, however they want.
Somebody's account non-fucking stop. I don't get it.
And how is it a crime? How is it a crime that someone reported you on TikTok? How is that police's matter? How is that law enforcement's problem? Did she report that too? Because there's a paper trail, she says. She just said that, right? Heinous things like reporting TikTok channels or live streams. She called the police for that matter? That is fucking ridiculous. Anybody that can't use common sense or logic right now, I'd be like, well, that's okay. They did report her TikTok live. That's illegal in all states.
The only time I've ever made a report on this app is because kids were involved. Or if I was...
Not your kids. You weren't involved with your kid when he was getting shook. Oh, wait. It's okay because no one's watching, according to Cooks and all of them, right? Low numbers. You guys are losing numbers. No one's interested in you. All you're doing, Morbid, in these live streams are talking to yourself. So what I just said shouldn't hurt you because no one's listening, right? Or are they going to make a big stink out of it? They always think them calling me out for any of my behavior affects me. Obviously it doesn't. So I don't know what they're trying to accomplish in that. Clearly I don't give the fuck. I don't give the fuck.
Seeing somebody's meat curtains, I do be reporting that stuff. But just reporting somebody because you don't like them is wild. And it is.
Yeah, that's wild. Asking for $200,000 for a new home for mommy's boyfriend. That's wild.
Also really gross behavior to go on a live and say, I want all the money you've raised for your mom. Then make a GoFundMe. Raise some for yourself.
See, she's spinning it again. She knows that I gave an offer out to her. I will quadruple. In fact, I'll 100x whatever you receive on your GoFundMe. But you have to give me all of your GoFundMe amount and the $20,000 in your bank account. Because, you know, if I'm going to give you 100 times the amount of your GoFundMe, you better give me at least $20,000 because I want you to put something on the line. Because I could prove to you that Gypsy Rose AI image of the house burning behind her in the cheerleading outfit was made a week prior. The week prior to you ever bringing your mom's boyfriend's house burning down story to the internet this week. How about them apples? And that's not going to make you spin the narrative again, because Audrey loves to spin narratives because she's a huge liar. She lies to the face of her entire anti-gypsy community. And that's what they all do, though, because as long as they say it, they're going to believe it.
All the money you've raised for your mom's behavior because you don't like them is wild. And it is also really gross behavior to go on a live and say, I want all the money you've raised for your mom. Then make a GoFundMe. Raise some for yourself, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. All of the money is going to help my mother's situation. And if that makes...
No, it's going to help your situation, you grifter. You're a liar. And I already explained that she's spinning that narrative already because she's not about truth.
Makes you mad? Stay mad. I will not apologize for trying to help my mother.
And she's gaslighting the people and trying to spin it like she loves her mom. I wish she loved her son that much. Maybe things would be different. Maybe. But the reality is that's not the case. Oops. But hey, you're going to have to live with it. I was a good parent. I raised my boys good.
Nor should I have to apologize for trying
and safely. I protected them.
To help my mother.
Can you say the same? But it's okay. No one's listening. We don't have people in here. So there's nothing to complain about. This broadcast or live stream doesn't go out to anybody. Hypocrites.
So continue talking shit about that all you want. I don't really care. It just tells me how miserable y'all are and how jealous you are. And if that's how you want to live your life, go do it. But the threats are...
She always thinks she's a tough guy, right? All of them try to act like they're tough internet people. Nothing bothers them. Everything bothers them. Everything does. Especially us little people over here. Yeah, we are jealous, right? We're so jealous. We're so jealous that, you know, I guess there's scammers like you, Audrey. But you know what? She's taking advantage of low IQ individuals. And, you know, I hope they go into debt doing this.
You're taking it way too far.
There it is. There it is.
I want you to imagine.
Oh, she is so gross, man. I got to get her off the screen. There's more to that. But hey, I think we did enough tonight as far as getting our point across. And I like that. We have a lot of people in here still. I mean, just a little bit of people. A little bit. What are you guys doing for Father's Day? A lot of people are going out there. She is a Karen. Karen to the max. These people, they're insane. Where the heck is Sheena? Our dreamer was in here. So it was her birthday and Sheena's birthday today. So if you ever see her around on the TikTok streets or whatnot, wish her a happy birthday. She is a part of the unholy trinity. Sheena, Bree, and the Holy Bones accept us. Accept the trio. Acknowledge all of us. Dreamer's been in here. Mary Jane Doe says she's getting a tattoo. Okay, I see. Samsolite says happy Father's Day, Bones. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Practical Magic says Morbid said she looks like Natasha Cooper's son. She looks like Natasha Cooper. But yeah, she could be her son. Let's see here. Sheena's getting a tattoo, etc., right here. Is Bobby doing her tat? Bobby Petrie? I don't know. I don't think she's in NOLA. Isn't he in NOLA? Is that New Orleans or whatever? I don't know. I wouldn't know that. Pizza the Hut. Jabba the Hutt. Jabba? Yeah, Pizza the Hut. You're right about that. Let's see here. No, he's in Cutoff. Oh, he's in Cutoff. Okay. Is she in Louisiana? I don't think Sheena's in Louisiana this week. I think she said that was next week, I believe. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see here. I was going to type in a command for Peachy's link. Yeah, go over there if you want to subscribe. Go subscribe to I Am Just Peachy. I think that's the command. Let me double check. Peachy or Peach or I don't know which one's the command. Maybe it's this one. Fuck, I don't even know the command anymore. It's got to be one of those. I Am Peachy or Peachy or Peach Y or Peach. Yeah, fuck, I don't know it, man. What the hell? I don't know. How come that command now is bothering me? I want to see. I gotta look it up. What is the command that I set up? There's just way too many commands here. It's Peachy. Hey, what the hell? That's it. It's not working. The fuck? Hold on one second. The fuck? What? Bitch, what are you doing in here? Is that all you have to say to me? Damn. You the fuck. The fuck. You the fuck. You the fuck. You the fuck. The fuck. You the fuck. All right, that's stupid now. It's okay, Morbid. They will, you know what? I have the actual, I think Nightbot is broken. Yeah, it's broken. If you want, you could hit the like button if you want. There it is right there. There it is. I had to do it manually. Yeah, I think Nightbot is permanently broken. I don't know why, but it is broken though. That's okay. All right, that's about it. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Spend time with your fathers or your husband, or if you're Audrey, don't spend time with your family or your kids. Be on a TikTok live somewhere. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. Tricky Vicky in the house. Fracy 101, I see you guys. Lil Frodo, Munchies, VNL, Ananis, Just Coast. Let's see here. I think that's it. Oh, there's more over here. Crystal, of course. CC Cat, yes. Biscuits, of course. Yep. Now I see it rolling in. Benny in here, and And all these YT observation, Diet Pepsi for me. I like that because I remember you from a long, long time ago. Penguin's horn in here and so on. Gypsy Italian girl is here. Hacky, of course, Jade. All right, that's it. That's all I got for you. All right, this live stream is in the refrigerator. Doors closed, the lights are out, the eggs are cold, and the butter's getting hard, and the jello's jiggling. Make sure you have a great Sunday tomorrow. Happy Father's Day or Mother's Day or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's always a happy day, right, guys? Maybe not for Audrey. But hey, we don't get live viewers here. We're small numbers. We're the elite 1%. So why do they care what the 1% thinks of them, right? Oh, they do. Oh, they always do. Trust me on that. But we don't care. With peace and motherfucking love, and it's all about one thing. A TikTok. Boom.